welcome back to Rival Talk, everyone. For the first time in, I think, probably like 3 or 4 months, I'm doing the intro. I don't have anything. I guess I'm just winging it. Going off script here, I guess you could say. Yeah, I'm your host. It's Super Bowl week coming up. Eagles, Chiefs. Marcus, how you doing? You hanging in there, recovering?
Well, I just donated to Russell Wilson's foundation, so you can tell how good I'm doing right now.
So you mean you donated to Russell Wilson's bank account?
Yeah, basically. I right now, as I told you off the air here, I truly don't care about any sports at this point in my life. I'm sportsed out after that NFC Championship game. This should be a great episode.
Yeah. It sounds like I'm sure you're gonna have some great analysis for the Super Bowl then.
Yes, absolutely.
We've made it. It's Super Bowl week. Can't believe we're here. Last week of the NFL season. So we got Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles. I guess we don't really want to talk too much about the game then.
No, the only thing I want to say is that I think we would have won if Purdy wouldn't have got hurt. We were shutting them down defensively for the most part until our defense got gassed because our offense couldn't do anything without a quarterback, obviously. And then they were gifted a free touchdown at the very beginning of the game. So besides that, it could have just as easily been 7-0 at halftime without a quarterback. So, but yeah, that's literally all I got. I have nothing else to say about that game.
Yeah, I will say that was probably the worst week of officiating ever, and that's saying something. Both those games were just horribly officiated, and it's really a shame.
Yeah, but Roger Goodell says NFL officiating is great.
I was gonna allude to that. Yeah. Roger Goodell today said that officiating has never been better. So, yeah, maybe Arian Foster had a point. Maybe he was telling the truth of the whole scripted thing.
Yeah, I don't know I clearly don't believe it's scripted, and he was clearly joking in that podcast that he was talking about. But
I don't think he was though. If you remember Arian Foster, I think he was.
Yeah, he's a different dude.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out because the Super Bowl script leaked like last week. So
yeah. So Eagles win 37-34. So
yep, there you go. We'll see how that goes. It even had the attendance of the game in there, so that's why I think that's complete BS. But we'll see.
Yeah, it'll be what it'll be.
Yeah.
So a couple news bits to get to before we discuss the Super Bowl. Or I guess probably I discuss the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers will be making his decision on what he's going to do in the future after he spends 4 days in complete darkness and isolation. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did. That guy just gets weirder and weirder by the day. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to help, but whatever he wants to do, I guess. I kind of wish he would just stay in isolation forever going forward, and we never heard from him again.
Yeah, so, just as he said, four nights just in this little house, I guess.
And they slide him food through the door or something.
Yeah. I think you can either. I think he said you either have a bucket in there or you can go to a bathroom. I don't. No, he said he could wear a diaper. You can wear a diaper or you can go to a bathroom. So
God, that is just so.
I hope he wears a diaper. That'd be some Aaron Rodgers in a diaper. That would be.
I would like to see a video or a photo get leaked of that. Yes.
Yeah, but that is something for sure. So.
He's probably paying like a lot of money to do this. Couldn't he just like do it in his closet or something at home? I don't know.
Rich people will be rich people. So.
That's true. Okay, fair enough.
Then Derek Carr, obviously a lot been going on with him. Apparently he's been linked possibly to the Saints. That could be a possibility for him. That'd be interesting. I think that should be a decent fit for him, I think.
Yeah, it seems like a good move for both.
No one wants to coach the Cardinals. Shocker.
I'm not shocked at all. But for Sean Payton to rather want to coach Russell Wilson, that must mean Kyler is very difficult.
Well, I mean, the report said he chose the Broncos job in spite of Russell Wilson. That's a rumor. It's a report, but
yeah. Well, I mean, you would have to choose. I mean, still, both jobs have a very difficult, uncoachable quarterback. So so you just throw that out. That just means that clearly he prefers Russell Wilson over Kyler Murray, at least slightly.
I mean, one likes to play Call of Duty nonstop. The other likes to funnel charity money into their accounts.
Oh, yeah, and he already kicked out his personal quarterbacks coach, so that's good.
Yeah, so that relationship is off to a great start there. So, yeah, that's gonna be fun to watch. All I know is if Russell doesn't have any kind of bounce back season this year with Sean Payne as his coach, then there's no excuse for anything. Like he's
done. He's done.
And honestly, if he doesn't do well, they're probably gonna cut him next year. So
yeah, I mean, might as well. You're gonna eat the money regardless, so you might as well try to move on and get a better quarterback.
Yeah. So the new hashtag, I guess, is hashtag Let Russ cook the books. So.
Yikes! Oh, nice.
All right. Well, and obviously, as you mentioned, Sean Payton is the coach now, as you mentioned, in Denver. Chose a Denver job, even though it sounded like they were moving on from him. I don't know. It was all weird. The stuff going on there.
It was weird.
Reporting
and I heard they made a last ditch effort to get DeMeco Ryans to go there before he went to Houston, and that didn't work. And then they moved on to Sean Payton. But then they say no, that's not true. They wanted Sean Payton all along. So who knows?
Yes, exactly. Who knows? Maybe they should have done a 4-night darkness retreat. So
yeah, they could have probably cleared their head just like Aaron Rodgers will.
All right, so yeah, that'll lead us into the big game this weekend then. So we got Philadelphia Eagles representing NFC this year, and their fourth Super Bowl, I think. And then you got,
that sounds right.
And then
second since 2017.
Yeah, first since 2017. Then you got the Chiefs in their fifth. I don't know.
Fifth overall and third in the last 5 years?
5 years, yeah, 5 years. Yeah. Chiefs Eagles. I think it's a pretty good, fun matchup. I know you probably disagree.
It is a matchup. There is no doubt.
It is a matchup. Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, before I dive into my analysis, do you have anything you want to say about the game?
Chiefs by 11-14. That's all.
That's your score. Chiefs win 14-11.
No, they will win by 11 to 14 points.
Now, is that your biased take or an analytical take?
That is my analytical take. I don't think I was not overly impressed with the Eagles, even though they obviously beat the crap out of the 49ers, but that's because of things that happened on the injury front. I was not impressed with really Jalen Hurts, I guess, in that game, and maybe the only thing I was really impressed by was their pass rush and running game a little bit, but I don't see how they're going. I don't get how they're going to stop Patrick Mahomes. I don't see that happening. Even though they got good cornerbacks, somehow even with those good cornerbacks, they're still susceptible to the long pass on the back end. And I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see how it's going to happen. I'm not overly impressed with them. And yeah, maybe it's a little biased, sour grapes right now, but I see the Chiefs basically scoring first and never not having the lead. Never not being behind in the game. Let's say that. That's what I meant.
That's our resident Niner homer there. So
yes, absolutely. and Sea Dragons.
And Sea Dragons, yes. Resident Sea Dragon homer. All right, well, I guess I'll dive into my analysis then. So I made keys for both teams here. So first, my keys for the Eagles. For them, they're going to need to do what they can to keep Mahomes in the pocket and contain him. So they're going to have to deploy a spy, a lot of the game. I believe he's still going to be dealing with a little bit of that ankle issue, although by now a few weeks it's healed up more. Obviously, it hasn't been a factor anyways too much, but that's still something that can be nagging and whatnot. So
somehow high ankle sprains don't affect Pat Mahomes like they do normal quarterbacks and normal human beings in general.
Kind of weird.
It is weird.
So keep Mahomes in the pocket. Don't let him get out of the pocket and make some of those, scramble plays and all that. Use his legs. If he's going to the sideline, don't touch him. As we saw.
Yeah, that's. Don't look at him. Don't even breathe on him.
Breathe on him. Yeah. Don't think about him. The second key for the Eagles would be to start fast and put pressure on the Chiefs. I know the Chiefs, they do have, they've been here before. They have the experience of coming back, but I believe the Eagles are a team that if they jump out to that lead, they're able to hold on to it because of their running game, so they'd be able to keep the Chiefs off the field there. So if the Eagles can get off to a fast start, that advantage plays to them, and the more the pressure goes on the Chiefs to be able to catch up. My third key is to connect on the big plays. Like you said, I know in the championship game, there weren't too many big plays. Hurts was kind of contained for the most part, and he really didn't need to do too much as it was because the running game, shockingly, like the Niners defense, just the run defense kind of let them down that game, I feel like.
It definitely didn't.
It didn't
look great at the beginning, but it was. In the second half, they had nothing.
Yeah, they were.
And also, I think there's a mental aspect of like, we can't win this game without a quarterback. So I'm sure that even if they wouldn't say that they gave up, they did. There's no way they didn't.
Yeah,
it's human nature.
Yeah. So, but the Eagles definitely in this game will have to connect on some of those big plays, move the ball downfield to Smith and Brown, get some of those design runs for Jalen on those big chunk plays, 10, 15 yards. So those are their three keys there. Keep Mahomes in the pocket, fast start, and connecting those big plays. For the Chiefs, the keys for the Chiefs, if they're going to win this game, they've got to obviously contain Hurts and take away that run game. Now, Hurts has become a much better passer this year, but if you can make him one-dimensional, that takes away, obviously, a big part of the Eagles' offense, and that plays in the Chiefs' advantage. So containing him and taking away that run game would go a long way in helping them win this game. The second thing, getting the ball out quick. That Eagles pass rush is no joke. Hassan Reddick there. You saw it. Hassan Reddick.
I did.
He was a force, and he is a force. So, did the dogs not agree with that?
I don't. I think they remembered what happened with Hassan Reddick, and they're not happy that you mentioned it.
Well, I apologize to whoever that was barking.
Wow. I don't know what that was. Okay.
They got a lot to say, I guess. But yeah, so getting the ball quick is going to be key for the Chiefs. Chiefs in this game. They've been kind of more of that offense this year anyways. With the departure of Tyreek Hill, they don't really have the wideouts to move the ball down the field, so they have been more of the kind of dink and dunk and just hit on the quick plays there. And the third is, for the Eagles, I mentioned they need to connect on those big plays. For the Chiefs, they need to limit those chunk plays and keep the Eagles, from getting those big plays and moving the ball down the field. Those are my keys for both teams. This is a game. I feel like this is a total John Madden quote. I feel like, and an obvious one too. But this game, I feel like it's definitely going to be won in the trenches. For the offensive line, if I had to give advantages though for offensive line, I would give the Eagles, I feel like, a strong advantage on the offensive line. Defensive line, while the Eagles obviously have a really good pass rush, I feel like the Chiefs aren't too far behind, with Clark and Chris Jones there. Mm-hmm. So I would still give the Eagles a slight advantage on defensive line, but I'd say for defensive line, it's almost about even, I'd say.
Yep.
So it's really going to come down to who's able to better protect their quarterback, which, I guess is kind of an obvious thing, but really so in this game, it's going to come down to who wins the trenches. So.
Yep, I would say you're probably right, or at least that's a big part of it. I do think that there, at times, unless it's the 22 Super Bowl, or when he literally had no time whatsoever, Patrick Mahomes can be a little bit rush proof. He seems to just do things no matter what's going on around him. So, besides when he's playing the elite pass rush of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I guess that was the worst I've ever seen him. But he literally had no shot in that game.
No, but the Eagles do have the potential to kind of make a similar. They
do. I will admit they do have that potential. Yes.
I guess that leads us to prediction time then. So you don't want to give a score. You're just going to roll with Chiefs by 11.
No, I'll go ahead and give a score. Chiefs 31, Eagles 20.
All right. And for me, I feel like I'm kind of on the opposite end here of you, as obviously the resident Eagle homer here, obviously.
Yep, of course.
I feel like this game totally plays this matchup totally plays in the Eagles' favor. I feel like.
As did that game last week in the AFC Championship game
for
the Cincinnati Bengals.
Sorry, what was that?
The AFC Championship game totally played into the Cincinnati's favor, other than being on the road.
Yeah. It did, but I feel like the Eagles team is definitely different than that Bengals team.
For sure.
But yeah, so I'm not. I don't think it's not going to be a blowout by any means, but it's going to be kind of one of those games, in my view, where you're not really ever in question of who's winning and who's going to win the game. I feel like the Eagles are going to do a pretty good job of controlling most of this game.
We're exactly opposite then, because I said that on the other side.
Yeah, so
okay.
We're pretty opposite. Obviously, you being the resident Chiefs homer and me being the resident Eagles homer. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, that's completely false. I hate the Chiefs more than most things in this world, but I don't see it. I don't see them losing this game.
Yeah, so for my score prediction, I'm going Eagles 34, Chiefs 24, and I think that Chiefs 24 will come. I feel like they'll get a late garbage time touchdown and make the score closer than it appears. Like I said, I feel like Eagles are going to mostly control most of this game, and I actually have a very bold and spicy pick for MVP.
Okay.
It's been I think Von Miller was the last defensive player to win MVP, right? I think.
So it's been a while. So you're going Darius Slay or what?
I'm going Hassan Reddick to win MVP.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay.
I think there could be a strip sack fumble. Maybe he could come up with an interception of some sort. But I think he's going to have a couple sacks there. I think he's going to do enough to wreck the game, obviously in a major way, and do enough to get his name there to be the MVP. It's been a while, so I think we're due for a defensive MVP. So
that very well could be. And I guess if I had to choose one, I mean, it's. Clearly, if the Chiefs win the game, it's probably going to be Mahomes. But I do think he throws probably 2 to 3 touchdowns to Kelsey. So Kelsey could be the MVP, depending on. I mean, they're probably going to give it to Mahomes, even if that does happen. So whatever. But Mahomes MVP, Kelsey with a huge game.
Yeah, sure. All right. Well, so you've got. I mean, obviously it doesn't matter because you already won, but. Well, actually, plot twist. This is worth 50 points, so, you know.
Oh, okay. What am I up right now?
I don't even know. I didn't even bother checking because it doesn't matter. You won.
How about if I'm up 30, this game is worth 29, so we can make it close if you somehow win.
No, yeah.
Whatever I'm up, this game is worth 1 point less. Then it can look better on paper for you. Maybe it'll make you feel better about yourself.
What a kind gesture.
Yeah, I know. I'm a gentleman.
Clearly. All right, and then so real quick, we originally were going to film this earlier in the week on Wednesday. It's Thursday at the time of this recording. Yeah. We were going to do award predictions, but awards are happening right now as we speak, so I'll give an update as to what we've got so far there in the awards, and maybe if there's still some that haven't been voted yet, we can maybe make a prediction real quick. But Pooch Picks, if you haven't watched the Pooch Picks video, go check it out. It's the last Pooch Picks of the season. And it is also Drake and DOG's final Pooch Picks since they will be retiring, riding off in the sunset. It'll all be down just to Jack and Henry next year, or no?
Yeah.
He didn't get his 8 wins.
He didn't get to 8-8 or whatever it was, or 500 or close to 500. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to just do some sort of contest to see which one gets to do it next year.
Or maybe just get a new dog.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually at the Lincoln, Nebraska city ordinance limit. I can't have any more unless I get a breeder's license. Yeah, unless I get a breeder's license, which I'm not going to do. So I can't technically have another one.
Wow. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, weird. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. I have not decided. I'll keep that one close to the vest here.
All right. But yeah, so for the Pooch Pick, so Drake and DOG are both tied still at 11-9. So once again, it is coming down to the end here. And spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the Pooch Picks video, both Drake and DOG picked the Eagles to win. So we had to go to a tiebreaker, which I had Drake choose the over-under on the scoring total for the game. At that moment when I did that, it might have changed by now, but when I recorded it, it was at 50.5 points for the over-under.
Yep.
Drake, for some reason, decided to go ahead and take the under on that. So very, very bold by him. It almost seems like he's just basically handing over the title to DOG because, I mean, if they both get to pick wrong, that doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, since they both picked the same team, it's going to come down to that over-under then. So
yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
okay.
Wasn't sure of Drake's strategy there, but yeah, he decided to go with the under. So if the score goes over 50 points, then that means the OG's our champ. So then Henry picked the Eagles as well. The only dog to pick the Chiefs was Jack. So
All right, my boy.
All right, so quick update on awards, what we have so far. So, first off, complete BS on Offensive Rookie of the Year. Garrett Wilson won it over Kenneth Walker, which to me is just BS, but also Kenneth Walker had more first place votes, yet he lost it. So make that make sense.
Do you remember who we picked on all these at the beginning? Because I think I picked Chris Olave.
I feel like you did, yes.
Top three. I don't remember who you picked. Did you pick Kenneth Walker?
I think I did, actually. I
think you might have picked Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I did. Because I'm a Seahawks homer, so of course I picked the Seahawks.
Yeah, so we were 0 on this one.
I think I did pick. So Justin Jefferson was named Offensive Player of the Year. I'm pretty sure I picked him as Offensive Player of the Year.
I think you did too.
Yeah,
and I think I also picked a wide receiver. I don't know who
I think you did Cooper Kupp, didn't you?
I might have picked Cooper Kupp or Justin Jefferson. I don't remember, but we'll just say I picked Cooper Kupp, and we'll have to check the tape on this one. We'll come back on our wrap up episode, but. So you might have won Offensive Player. You did win Offensive Player of the Year, and I don't think I did, but I'm not sure.
Stop the count. Stop the count.
Yeah. I did pick Defensive Player of the Year. I picked Nick Bosa. I remember, like yesterday.
I do have to say though, it's wrong that Micah Parsons got no first place votes.
Yeah.
So.
And I also picked the Defensive Player of the Year, Sauce Gardner, which maybe he shouldn't have.
Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Sorry. Yeah. So there's 2 for me. How about that?
Coach of the Year, it looks like that was just announced. Brian Dabble won Coach of the Year.
All right, interesting.
Let's see, any others? Yeah, we got Sauce as Defense Rookie of the Year, Garrett Wilson's Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Comeback Player of the Year.
Comeback. Let's see, I'm looking here. It has not been announced yet, it looks like.
Okay, and I don't know who we picked, honestly.
Yeah, at the beginning. Well, I think at the beginning I actually picked Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember who I picked, not even a little bit. So.
It's probably gonna be Geno. So.
Oh yeah, nobody would have thought that.
Nope.
An MVP has yet to be announced. I'm guessing.
AP Assistant Coach of the Year, D'Amico Ryans.
Yes, that's. I don't think we picked that, but that's.
I
would assume he ran away with that one, but.
Yeah, so we don't have MVP yet. We don't have Man of the Year yet. Speaking of Man of the Year, hey, a couple years ago, Russell Wilson, for his charity, he won it.
Oh, my God, you're right.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Little did they know.
So, yeah, that was in 2020. What a year.
Wow. Yeah, what a year indeed.
So, we don't have MVP yet. We don't have comeback, and we don't have Man of the Year yet either.
Breaking news.
Oh, breaking news. Geno Smith, comeback player of the year. He ain't right back. There we go.
Nice.
All right.
Are you so
Did she bring in the dog?
This is an appearance by the wife on the show.
Well, you were talking about the honors, and then, I got a notification about comeback player of the year, and you mentioned that you didn't know,
sweet.
But there's breaking news.
All right.
You're
breaking news provided by the wife.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Ryan Fox. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to take Jack away.
Oh, yep, I just got a notification too. Yep, Geno Smith. All right, Geno Smith did not write back. Comeback player of the year.
Sorry.
All right, so we have comeback player of the year now then. So now we don't have valuable MVP or Man of the Year. So
Man of the Year.
I don't remember who the finalists were for Man of the Year. So I don't think make a picture of that.
But that's one that's not they don't give as much pub to that.
MVP, I'm going to say it's probably going to go to Patrick. I think if Hurts would have finished out the season, I feel like he had a chance at it. But it's going to go to Mahomes. I feel like so.
Agreed. Which I think I picked Mahomes, but who knows. We probably both picked Josh Allen. Actually, now that I think.
Yeah, actually, I think we did both pick Josh Allen. So that was quite a pick. Yep. That was a pick for sure.
Yes, it was a pick.
All right. Well, yeah. So
we'll check the tape on that and bring our official numbers next episode.
None of these other ones I think really matter. Care to mention? So
I don't even know what they would be.
They have a Best Moment of the Year awards. I don't know. What that will go to.
What the?
Actually, I have a feeling I know what that's going to go to. Best Moment of the Year, probably.
I
feel like that's going to go to. I feel like that's going to go to Nyheim Hines kickoff return touchdown after DeMar Hamlin's situation.
Oh yeah, that's really that definitely. Yeah, that definitely should or could be the one.
That'll probably be Best Moment of the Year. So, all right. Well, yeah. So just waiting on MVP and a couple of other awards, but the rest are there. So yeah. So we got Justin Jefferson as Offensive Player of the Year, Nick Bosa as Defensive Player of the Year, Garrett Wilson as Offensive Rookie. Sauce Gardner as Defensive Rookie of the Year, which I'm okay with. It's fine, even though Tariq had better numbers technically, but it is what it is. Tariq actually came in third behind Aiden Hutchinson, so yeah, I'm not even going to talk about that.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. I don't really like that. I know Aiden was good, but I definitely would have put the cornerbacks as the top two.
Yep. And then Brian Dable as Coach of the Year, and then as we just heard mentioned, Geno Comeback Player of the Year. So, yeah, well. Yeah, don't think we really have much else. This is probably going to be our shortest Super Bowl episode ever. This is usually about 50 minutes. That's
we've had an hour-long episode. I remember sitting in a parking lot of a restaurant doing an episode a couple of years ago, if I remember right. I think it was the Buccaneers-Chiefs one. It was dang near an hour. Sorry.
Yeah, both our Super Bowl episodes the last couple of years have been near an hour, so... I guess that's what happens.
That NFC Championship game it killed me dead. I have no.
Well, you had last year's NFC Championship game.
Well, yeah, that one was more of a depressed one, but I still cared about everything. This one, I'm not really depressed. I'm just like, I got no feeling at all. It's very odd.
Well, at least it's almost.
I think because I think we were going to win. I think we were the best team in the NFL. So when something like that happens, it just kind of kills your drive for anything.
Well, at least it's almost baseball season.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. There's no doubt. Well, at least I can't think. I'm not. I don't have it right now, but once it starts, it'll all come rushing back.
Mm-hmm. For sure. All right. Well. I guess you don't have anything else. I don't have anything else in the docket here either. So
yeah, I got nothing. I will say the one thing that I've gotten even on a sports thing that's even gotten me any passion at all was the MLB network leaving Cal Raleigh off of their top 10 MLB catchers list.
Yeah, that was
I actually got triggered by that, and that was the first feeling I've had about sports in 2 weeks now.
What do we know, though? We're just Mariner homers. Isn't that right, Tom? Is that right, Tom?
Yeah. Tom, do I know him?
Do I know you?
Do I know you?
I gotta love inside jokes that nobody else will want to share. Except one viewer out there.
Maybe 2 or 3 people, maybe.
Yeah, so. All right, well, I guess that pretty much wraps it up then for our Super Bowl episode. That was pretty quick. That's what she said.
That's what. Yep, you said it before I could. Good.
That's what she said too. All right. Well, we'll have our Super Bowl wrap-up episode, of course, next week. Our final episode of Rival Talk. So, yeah.
Do some off-season predictions, or what do we do in that one usually?
Yeah, we'll do our recap of the game. We'll do our off-season predictions that'll be totally wrong, unless it's me predicting the NFC Championship game, I guess. So
yeah, of course.
Well, we'll see if Rodgers. I don't know when Rodgers is going to do his darkness isolation, so we'll see if that happens or not. So,
yeah, we'll see. When is he going to start that? By the way,
do we know? I have no clue. Maybe we should do something like that. Do an episode just in darkness.
Oh man, and we could put it on video too, just a black screen.
Yep. Yeah.
But we couldn't do it though because it's supposed to be silence as well.
Oh right, yeah, it's supposed to be. Total silence.
We'll flip a coin and we'll see if we'll do it or not.
We could just do subtitles then.
That's true. Or we could just write on a piece of paper and put it up in front of the screen.
Anyways, yeah. So like I said, we'll recap the game next week. We'll give our way too early predictions, and we might have something else to talk about and mention too coming up. So, yeah, big things happening. Get fired up, folks.
Huge.
All right. Well, are you gonna watch the game though, or no?
I really don't want to. I don't know. The wife wants to see Rihanna at halftime, so we'll at least probably watch that. But my analysis next week may or may not be me looking at the final score and saying, I told you so, or I guess I was wrong.
It'll be what it'll be, I guess.
Indeed.
All right, well, that's all you got there. Enjoy the big game. Enjoy the final week of the NFL season for 2022. And, yeah, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter and, I'm going to keep this going since I'm rooting for them. Fly, Eagles, fly.